think one of the things that's gotten very unhealthy in the Western world is we no longer have an idea of the future that's powerful. We don't have an image of how it's going to look different in 10, 20 years that will be generally better. I've sort of come up with an illustration for this in Western Europe, where if you ask, what are the actual pictures of the future people have in Western Europe that are different from the present? Because if it's just Groundhog Day, if it's an eternal Groundhog Day, that's not charismatic, that's politically weak. And I believe there are three pictures that people have. Behind door number one is Islamic Sharia law, and if you're a woman, you'll be wearing a burqa. So that's a very different picture. Behind door number two is the Chinese communist AI that will be monitoring you all the time in every way possible. It's sort of the big eye of Sauron, to use the Tolkien reference, that will be looking at you in all times and all places. And behind door number three is Greta Thunberg, and you'll be puttering around with an e-scooter and you'll be recycling everything. And those are the only three doors. There are no other doors available. And I didn't want to make a pro-Greta argument, but I actually I can understand why she's relatively more charismatic than the big eye of Sauron and the ISIS Sharia law. And you have to understand that if you're going to create an alternative, you have to have an alternative specific picture of the future. You have to have an alternative of what the future can look like. And until you have that, she's going to win.
You mean Greta?
Yes.
Wow. She's